going to start with some warm-up flow rolling, but a little bit of a twist. I'm going to call out the position that I want you to flow roll from, and you'll work that specific position. Take your time with it. Don't go too fast. Pause so you can think through or let your partner work a little bit. It's give and take. The first position that we're going to start with is takedowns. Takedowns. So flow rolling through takedowns. Chad, come here. So, none of us have done any jiu-jitsu yet. We're doing takedowns, which can be pretty hard on the body if you do it wrong. So it'll look like this. So we let each other work, trying different things out. If you end up going to the ground, notice he snapped up my leg, put me to the ground, but I didn't just concede. I didn't just fall over. I still had a structure to me. I was posting. He could have gone a little bit farther and kind of chased me down to the ground and then eased up, and then we come back up. So just keep all those things in mind. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Again, flow rolling, we're getting more specific. So we started off with just, flow rolling, give and take, we're both working. And then it was back and forth, ensuring that you're going to get the takedown. And now we're going to get a little bit more specific. And everything starts with a cross sleeve tricep grip. So this is how I want you to start. Now, get in there in a realistic way. So if it's my turn to do this to him, it might start with him getting a grip on me somehow. Yeah, that works. Okay, so now this gives me the opportunity to grab here and the tricep, but he still has a connection to me. So I got to pop this up. Maybe I pop it off here and then to the tricep. Maybe I do what I'm fond of doing. Let's turn this way. And that is to kind of get into a Russian type. He kind of puts his wrist in a bind. Be careful. But I start turning in like this to pop that off. And then I get into my 2-on-1 there. Or maybe as he's reaching to me, I grab, feed, and grab that tricep. So everything's going to flow from here. Okay, I have trips. I can go into throws even. I can use this as he defends his legs. I can use that to go into his neck. I can use this to access his legs. I can use this to access his back. It's your choice, whatever you want to do. But it starts with a cross-cuff tricep, a 2-on-1 grip. And you're going to go back and forth with your partner on this. Okay? 1, 2, 3. explored and found some some new material there, or rehearsed your old. Come here, John. One thing that I found highly effective, super simple. Sometimes in a scenario like this, it's easy to overcomplicate things. Stick with what works. Stick with the basics. So I had a variety of ways that I got to the 2-on-1 here. Trips, throw shots. You have all of that stuff here. You know what's probably the simplest thing to do? That right there. Watch that again. So we have all these fancy things. Tripping, throws, trying to come to the back. But maybe just simplicity is the answer. And then I snap to the front headlock into the guillotine or spin to the back. Okay, Chad, come here. Put me in guard. Closed guard. Closed guard. Okay, so this is where we're going to be working the rest of the night tonight. Closed guard, specifically closed guard bottom. We're still flowing. Okay, we're training. We're experimenting with some new ideas. I want Chad to be successful. And Chad, your goal right now is to maintain closed guard. How is he going to maintain closed guard? By off-balancing me. If he can constantly keep me broken down, it negates my ability to launch a successful attack on him. And by attack, I mean passing his guard, trying to stand up and crack open these ankles. So, yeah, just keep me broke down. That's your goal. Keep me broke down. No submissions, no sweeps. His goal is to keep me broke down. Now, if after a minute or so, or that timer goes off in 2 minutes, and he's never broken me down, ready, go. For 2 minutes like this, that's ridiculous. Stop it. Okay? It means he's struggling. He needs some help. Don't worry, we're going to get to some specific details on this, but for right now, I want to establish a framework here. I want to just see what you can do to break down their posture. So let's see what Chad can do. Ready, go. Okay, now, so he's broken me down. He's launching an attack right here. Two things need to happen. One, I need to make an effort now to get my arm back across and regain some structure and some posture. His job's done. He completed his work. Now it's maintenance, but it's also finding new stuff too. A little bit of both. Okay, ready to go. He's just looking for stuff. I'm trying to maintain my posture, maintain my balance as he breaks me down. Okay, working with your partners, same partners, 2 minutes, and then you're gonna switch roles for the other 2 minutes. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna do this again, but now I'm gonna give you some ideas. I'm gonna give you some things to think about that maybe you were, maybe you weren't, but will hopefully make you a little bit more successful. And then along the way, I was telling John, he was like, I don't know. Yeah, when he was playing the bottom, he's like, I'm not sure how much you want me to go down here. And I said, well, your primary job is to keep my posture broke, but along the way, you're finding intel. You're hunting for my responses. You're testing the waters. Not finishing anything, but just experimenting, playing around a little bit. Hey John, let me borrow you. So 2 things that I was focusing on. Number 1, this is a familiar concept. I don't know how long ago it was, a year and a half ago, we did a whole series of closed guard bottom. And the primary tool that you're going to use from closed bottom to keep his posture broke, which everything comes from a broken posture. If he has good posture and structure, he's going to be making progress, and I'm not. So breaking posture is crucial. That primary thing is not the grips. It's not where you're grabbing. It's the knee pull. It's pulling your knees in. It's squeezing, connecting the insides of your knees to his ribs, and then pulling those knees to your chest here to get him broke. And then we start looking for hand control. But it's very difficult to get any sort of functional grip here, okay? And if I do get a grip, that's a lot of effort to try to pull him down. Okay, so I'm no legs at all. Don't let me break you down. No legs at all. Let's see if I can do it. No, not with one hand. What about 2? I'm pulling myself up. Okay, watch this. Ready? That gets the point across, right? It's extremely important to hit that knee pull. So, as you do this, again, my partner's letting me work. He's letting me figure this stuff out. Better partner you have, the more resistance they can make. But again, I want this to be more of a flow. So I'm going to be using that knee pull, and I'm going to be finding my grips. A grip that we're going to play with tonight, and this is new for me. I'm not sure why I've never capitalized on this. It's kind of silly, actually, now that I think about it, because I do this standing. And that's the thumb behind the neck. Let me have your neck for a second, right here. Thumb in, 4 fingers. Standing, a lot of times I don't actually get the thumb in. I'm just grabbing up here like this. But because we're in this position, it's not that much to ask to get a thumb in. The beauty about this is we're controlling the top of the lever. I can have my forearm over his neck here like this, keeping him broke down. And it's just a very efficient way to keep him broke down. We'll give a little example here.
Very frustrating.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Okay, so ready to go. I'm using the knee pull. You see what I just did there? Why stay down here? Okay, initially you might have to, but once you break that posture and you get that knee pull, what's the next step? Here. Okay, we want to start climbing. We want to start rotating our hips. That means taking away space, climbing up. Keep going. Yeah, I'm getting bored, so I'm going to let go. Keep going. Knee pull, right to that thumb in. Inside control. Playing around. His posture's broke. Now I can kind of see what's available. Okay, stop. Okay, now, let's try this again. I'm not going to do that thumb in. I'm just going to focus on what probably a lot of you guys focus on, and that's just this. Okay, I'm still going to try to knee pull, but I'm going to focus on those grips. Ready, go. Yeah, not very effective, right? Okay. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now that we've established a framework for keeping our partner broke down in our closed guard, now we can get to some specifics here. And I hope that even you guys that have been doing jiu-jitsu a while, blue belts and purple belts and brown belts, hoping that you'll have some light bulb moments in here of like, why haven't I been doing this all along? I'm telling you, this hand behind the neck grip is, I can already tell it's going to be a game changer for my game. And I'm getting this from the Mendez brothers, who utilize this a lot. I'm studying their closed guard instructional, so all credit goes to them on everything that we're doing tonight. Chad, let me borrow you. Okay, so specific drill now. Specific drill. Okay, closed guard. He's doing what he's supposed to here. Now, we're practicing now. Okay, so this is a specific technique. He's going to allow me to work, but at the same time, he's also going to be a good partner and create a good structure that I have to operate around. Okay, I'm going to get that thumb in grip behind the neck. Okay, I can't just reach up and get it, so I'm going to have to do a variety of things to break him down. Most importantly is the what?
Knee.
The knee pull. Okay, now sometimes that might not be good enough. Okay, Chad's got a really good structure and he's wedging in here with his legs and everything. It can be very difficult. So it's a combination of like a lapel and a knee pull, or one of my favorites is behind these elbows. Kind of peel them out. Put your hands. I'm not going to go hard, but he's connected here. Elbows are in. This is great structure for him to pass. So I come in and I start peeling those elbows out as I hit my knee pull, and this happens there. Now I can come in, get that grip on the behind the neck. Okay, so now whatever hand is up here, the other hand is going to go to the tricep, because I don't want him to get inside my knee right there. Okay, so I just want to have it out. I don't have to ask for much. Out here is not necessary. All I want is just to have it be outside my hip line, okay? That's it. Outside the hip line. Now, most likely, he's going to be fighting to get his structure back. And we're going to talk about somebody who's doing this. They're stalling when they're doing this. They don't know what to do. They're frustrated, and they're hanging out here because it gives me less options.
So this is the bottom person stalling.
He's stalling. He's stalling. Okay. He's just buying time, trying to figure something out because he's frustrated. So we're going to operate right now in the mindset of he wants his structure back. He wants his posture. So he's trying to pull back. Okay, I have this tricep here. Now I'm going to open up, and I'm going to bring my knee up over his shoulder. I'm going to shoot a triangle. But I got to get this arm out of the way. So my leg comes up, and it clears it, and then I throw that triangle up. Now this is probably going to be familiar to a lot of you guys, but not with this setup. Why are we doing this setup? Because as we found, it's incredibly efficient to keep him broke down. As opposed to, this is the way that I was taught it and have always done it. Cross collar, probably a sleeve of some kind. He's got a grip on me and all that good stuff. Okay, now I'm opening up, coming in this way, killing that arm, and then shooting up. But is this doing much to control his posture?
Negative.
No. Okay, so our new mindset is break him down at all costs. Start from there. Start here. With a posture broke, we're going to have all sorts of opportunities at our disposal. I control his arm. What he's doing right now on my bicep actually helps me out. Okay? Again, he wants to get posture back, so that's what we're operating in. Okay, open up. You can put the foot on the hip. You can put the foot on the floor. If you have enough dexterity, you can just shimmy out. Use that knee to kill that arm. And as soon as it's free, you're shooting that triangle. And look I still have this grip to control his posture, because we all know how frustrating it is to get into a triangle only to have them posture up and smash you. All right? And I don't even care about the finish right now. If you want to work a finish, that's fine. I just want you to work on the mechanics of what I just showed you here. Any questions? Yes?
Just caution. When you're going for the knee kill, like if you go too fast, you're going to knee your partner in the face. I did it a couple times to other partners. So just be careful. Go slow before you go fast.
Yep. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And that is, John, I'll use you on this. And that is a armbar option from the Triangle. That again, this is nothing new per se. We've taught this over the years, but we're adding a little bit more efficient twist to it. Same old stuff. Again, what's my partner's mentality? It's to get his posture back. Maintain his posture here. He's allowing me to get through these defenses. Knee pull, pulling those elbows, breaking them down, thumb goes in. He wants his posture back. He wants that posture back. Hand on the elbow to maintain that distance. He wants his posture back. Knee comes through, cuts. I shoot that up. Alrighty. And now I'm going to go into my finish. Not a triangle finish though. We're going to use the triangle position to hit an arm bar. This knee right here needs to get up over that shoulder. Okay, so from here, I can let go of the collar now, maybe just go to the back of the head, and I'm going to lock it in best I can. This knee is going to point in. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Making sure we're pointing in. Now my hands can go to his wrist. Okay, and we'll take the arm that way. There. Again. Breaking him down, thumb in lapel. He wants his posture. Hip out, clear. Comes up. Okay, and now there. I want my knee over his shoulder, squeezing. In. There. So his elbow's going right to my hip. So I can kind of push it in there like that, right to the hip, and then I extend there. We don't want it outside the hip here like this, trying to finish it like that. If this does happen, we can flow into some other stuff. But for the actual arm bar, right there on the hip, just keeping this knee in. There. Okay, try that. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Fire, you nearly killed him and you were just demonstrating.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into live rounds now. But before we do, let's continue to prime our minds a little bit more. Chad, come on out. Okay, put me in guard, Chad. And I just want you guys to watch. So this isn't like a live roll per se. It's live resistance, but I want Chad, just do your thing, play your closed guard game. And then we'll keep resetting. You know, if you sweep me or almost sweep me or get a submission, what I want just to show everybody the breadth of knowledge that you have from this position and how you use this position to facilitate your needs. So we're priming your guys' minds for the rolls that are about to happen. Ready to go. First thing first, he's got to break that posture down. Force my hands to the mat if you can. Whoa, getting that elbow past the center line. What am I doing? I'm trying to get structure. I'm trying to find base. That's why this hand is on the mat. Yeah, good. Every time I make a move to try to get base and pass, he disrupts my base. right into attacks. Here's what we were just doing. Let's see what he does. Yep. Nice, very good. Beautiful, beautiful. Good job. Notice every time I made a move to try to posture up so that I could get in some form of passing position, he's immediately redirecting, pummeling, off balancing me to keep me broke down, to keep me from passing, and to keep him in that offensive cycle. Good.
Okay, Chad, can you say if this is right? It seemed like every time that Byron was posturing, he was creating space or trying to create space, and you were immediately filling it. As soon as he created space, you were filling it and then getting an angle to do something with it, regardless of where he was posturing. Was that kind of your mindset, like making sure that he couldn't create space
Well,
so you could maintain connection?
yeah,
That's what I'm seeing.
I think one of the things that I do instinctually is, depending on how they're trying to create posture, and most of the time might be with their hands, I create a slide. Like,
What do you mean by that?
Oh, he's gonna show you.
Okay.
Jeez, John.
when he starts to push on me, whether it's low on the hips or on the chest, I push my knees back and make a slide with my stomach here. So he's not pushing my hips to hit the ground. So I go here, and then it allows me to slide these up a little smoother. That's something that I use. It's obviously counterintuitive to what we've been working on, but it's a little adjustment how I deal with the pressure.
Yeah,
You can combo that though.
for sure.
You can do that, and then when they've lost that pressure there and it starts to go here, then you go back to pulling your knees in and play that game, which I did a couple times. But
Yeah, Mish.
When you were started like on the collar and you worked up, were you taking out like slack after you had on your head?
Opening it to get the sound in. Open it.
Before you like let go of the inside collar, did you like pull out the slack and then?
not necessarily.
It was more. Do it real quick. It was more of a ratcheting, and you might not have been able to see it, but I certainly felt it. It was mostly his hips that were doing the work. The grips are secondary, so
Yeah.
he comes in, he gets the grips that he wants here, and as he's getting these grips up higher, he's constantly pulling in with his knees. That's why that looked effective. It's this. It wasn't that he was like taking out the slack in my gi. It was just he was ratcheting it through his hips.
And it's also important to try and figure out how to use these types of collar grips in more than just forward and back. So if it's a cross one or whatever, like obviously Peter does this really well. Byron was just showing us. There's a way you can push these that way. If you have the cross, you can go this way, pull and then push. You have to be using those in different ways to create reactions as well. So like if I'm pulling here and I create some pressure there, he might try and relieve it, which gives me another angle. So I guess some of it can come with experience, but that's where the study comes in. Take your time. It's really important to study slow and get smooth at things.
And this isn't just a one-night thing. Like, we're going to be focusing on the guard for the next couple weeks. We're kind of taking a pause on the principles, though there's going to be a ton of principles within this that I'll make sure that I verbalize. Distance is going to be the primary principle that we'll keep kind of referring to on this, but we're going to be taking a look at some pretty cool stuff via the guard, which, hey, there's that Pareto's principle, 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you're either passing guard or you're playing guard. Pretty much how it boils down in a jiu-jitsu match. So it makes sense that we spend a lot of time here dissecting the position. Okay, let's roll. 1, 2, 3.